being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it.
Good morning.
You better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
I'm up early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing. They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you're thinking that I'm asking. I like to get it poppin' cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yeah, it's just another day in the Golden State.
Good morning.
Ain't no tossing and turning all the time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all and follow through on what I promise. And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what good is this power if I use it like a fool? If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I just put my watch on, you know what time it is. I'm chasing my purpose in this music business. Let's get it in, I'm so focused on my mission. There's no competition, there's no excuses for opposition. One thing's for certain, I'm
Motivated to be in the kitchen, I gotta listen if I wanna make a difference. Hey, good morning.
Can be lost in an instance. Now
Casale.
I'm making a difference, so why the hell are they tripping? Is it
Venus.
because I'm the one that they see in their visions? I got a million different ways I can hit with precision.
I know I'm gifted cause the way that I speak
causes change.
And even though it's hard, diva, good morning. Let's go.
Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me.
I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me.
You got to be your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to
Good
photocopy
morning.
when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even
What
had
a
my
show.
coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being
Oh my
saucy.
God.
It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
Right, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
you know what we do.
Yeah, break it down now. Yeah, break it down now. Yeah.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't be a photocopy, be yourself.
Yes.
Don't be a photocopy, be yourself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we're doing?
It's me, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get this show started.
Yeah,
Cali
it's me,
Love.
Zeus. Sometimes it gotta be this way.
It really
It
does.
really does,
Let's
but it
go.
shouldn't.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
That's
I'ma
right.
have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you
Let's
off.
go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you looking at me for? I just want the money, yo. All these games that you be playing, all this talk that you be saying, I don't really like to play. Get this money every way. Gotta keep my mental clear. Yeah, you know I'm out of here. I don't really have no fear. Yeah, you keep on showing tears. I'm not with that back and forth. I'm the type to get to work. I'm the type to keep.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the type to chase a bag. I'm the type to pop a tag. Sick like I have SARS. Riding around in fast cars. Rapping like Muhammad bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs. When you gotta be the boss. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
If you not my dog,
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Happy
I'ma
Thursday.
have to cut you off. This is what it be like when I'm studying on my enemies. This is what it be like when I make them feel my energy. Sitting on these raps, okay, you know what this really means. This is what it's all
right.
about. I'm on top of everything.
All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday morning. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. Let's get started with today's show. All right, looks like it's going to be a light day at the office, which is totally fine. I know a lot of you reached out to Zeus and let me know that you will be traveling. All right, it may not make it, so that's all to the good. All right, hold on. There's something in my eye. Oh my God. Good morning, everyone. All right, for those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H, ladies and gentlemen, stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God, all right? The next H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble, all right? There's nobody more humble than me. If I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, all right? And just because your feelings are hurt, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Most of the time, it means you probably need to go rethink what you were saying and understand that you were wrong and, make the adjustments on your end, all right? And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, undefeated but still true. I am and will always remain the most handsome. I really am the most handsome, all right? All right, so many of you, you're familiar with what we do on this side of town out here on social media, all right, especially TikTok. We hold our friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, all right? And believe you me, there's plenty of dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes to go around when we're talking about Donald Trump and his supporters. All right, and so along those lines, I want to give all of you a bit of a heads up. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva, and all of you. I want to give all of you a bit of a heads up, right? If you are, as my good friend Brother Swervin likes to say, lactose intolerant, meaning you're allergic to the truth, I want to encourage you to go ahead and pack your bags and leave this live, exit stage left, all right? Because it's about to get real nasty in here. I'm always trying to, bring something new and help keep the Trump supporters at bay, the MAGA demon that's taken over them. And so with that being said, if you don't like the facts, if you are a Trump supporter, good morning, facts still matter. Nice to see you, brother. If you are a Trump supporter out there and you're suffering right now because you can't believe it's happening, right, which is everything we've been saying, right? This is a good opportunity for you to exit stage left and go on about your miserable lives, living in lies and delusion, all right? Because over here, we're going to wake your game up, all right? Now, if you stay here, that's on you, all right? Now, I gave you the warning, all right? I gave you the warning, MAGA. But listen up. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Right.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Goodbye.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and I do mean that. All right, now, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let's make sure I get that right. Court is now officially in session, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now what you see right there above my head, ladies and gentlemen, is a snippet of the Constitution. Good morning, Dallas, and thank you. All right, so before we get into the headlines today, this is something I want to make sure I address with the MAGA demons out there. All right, Donald Trump being off the ballot, that's not being unconstitutional. It's actually being constitutional, right? And so you all have been asking me, well, how is that part of the Constitution? And I said, well, let's go. Let's have that conversation. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I sit here to address an issue of great importance in our democracy and the fundamental principles upon which our nation was founded. The topic at hand is whether or not the Constitution, it's constitutional to keep a certain individual off the ballot, namely former President Donald Trump. All right. And I want to make it clear that this is not a matter of partisanship or of personal opinion, but rather a question of constitutional law and the preservation of the integrity of our electoral process. All right. I mean, I'm sharing this because I know a lot of Trump supporters don't know how to read. All right. The Constitution of the United States establishes the framework for our government and enshrines the principles of democracy, including the right to vote and the eligibility requirement for candidates seeking public office. It is within this constitutional framework that we must consider the question of who can appear on the ballot for public office. The Constitution grants states the authority to establish the procedures and qualifications for candidates running for federal office, including the presidency. This authority is derived from the 10th Amendment, actually, which reserves to the states powers not delegated to the federal government. As such, states have the constitutional authority to determine the eligibility of candidates to appear on the ballot. Furthermore, the Constitution provides that individuals must meet certain requirements to serve as President of the United States, including being a natural-born citizen. Remember when they were asking about Obama's birth certificate? Remember? This is what it's all about. At least 35 years of age, a resident within the United States for at least 14 years, right? And not engaged in an insurrection. Specifically, Section 3, okay, of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, it disqualifies former President Donald Trump from seeking the presidency because he engaged in an insurrection on January 6, 2021, and he did this after swearing an oath as president to support the Constitution. These are clear and unambiguous constitutional requirements for a presidential candidate. In the case of Donald Traitor Trump, the question of his eligibility to appear on the ballot is not about his political views or his popularity. I could care less about his poll numbers, but rather about whether he meets the constitutional requirements to hold the office of the president once again. Any decision to keep him off the ballot would be based on a careful consideration of these constitutional requirements and application of state election laws. As such, the good state of Colorado stated in their recent ruling, we conclude that because President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3, it would be a wrongful act under the election code for the secretary to list President Trump as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot. Therefore, the secretary may not list President Trump's name on the 2024 presidential ballot, nor may she count any write-in votes cast for him. So even if you write in his name, it won't count. You're just throwing your vote in the trash can. Now, we understand there is a stay until January 4th, 2024, but the point has been made. It is also important to note that the Constitution does not grant an absolute right for any individual to appear on the ballot. States have the authority to establish reasonable regulations and requirements for candidates to ensure the integrity and fairness of the electoral process. These regulations may include criteria related to filing deadlines, signature requirements, and most importantly, eligibility to hold the office being sought. So, in conclusion, listen up, you MAGA demons, especially those of you out there trying to spam my chat and make me feel like I'm going to get distracted, not going to work. The decision to keep the candidate off the ballot, including Donald Trump, is a matter that must be approached with deep understanding of the constitutional law and the principles of democracy. It is not only constitutional, but imperative that states uphold the eligibility requirements set forth in the Constitution and their own election laws to ensure the integrity and legitimacy of our electoral process. All right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. Get those tomatoes out. Get those boos and shame out, all right? Join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves for being an insurrectionist, right? Which is, the first round, the honorable round of boos and shame. Let's give Donald Trump his daily dose of boos and shame. You don't like what I'm saying? You know what I said earlier?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. All right. Bingo, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Next topic, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that didn't come out right, but we'll rock with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rock with it. All right. The first thing I want to talk about this morning is the story of a cover-up. This is a good story, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rock with it. All right. This is Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg could end up leading the charge of what prosecutors who have accused Donald Trump of a criminal conduct. That may not be a bad thing. This is what a Harvard law professors are saying. Mounting delays in special counsel Jack Smith's federal election interference case could push the trial past Bragg's March 25th court date, when Trump will face charges that he falsified records. He falsified records. Where have I heard this story before? Once again, Donald Trump has falsified records. Wow. To cover up $130,000 in hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. This is what they're saying, ladies and gentlemen. For all who believe Trump's legal accountability for his actions leading up to January 6th, disappointment will be natural if the DC case can't go first. This is what they're saying. Fortunately, the consolation prize is nothing to sneer at. While some observers have minimized the significance of the New York prosecution, there's far more to it than meets the eyes. Tribe urges his readers to look beyond the tabloid's tastic charges and consider the implications behind the headlines of Bragg's 34-count indictment, which he describes as a crucial backstop to guard against Trump's sordid legal strategy. Lest you think, nothing there but a nasty little sex scandal. Context always matters, he wrote. Bragg's case is the story of a cover-up that may have gotten Trump, the man who would be king, into the Oval Office. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what this means. This is what we really call election interference, right? He lied to the American people just to get into the White House back in 2016. This is the real cover-up. This is the real election interference. So you know what we must do? Join me in giving Donald Trump what he rightfully deserves once again. Another round of boos and shame. Because he thought he could hide his adultery from the American people like he tried to hide it from his wife, only to be in a situation right now where he is being charged for 34 felony counts for falsifying business documents. Let's give him some boos and shame. Who cares? All right. I see that we got dissension in the comments.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, by the way, I meant to address this. This is a side note. All right, you Trump supporters, please stop it. Stop the disrespect that you're doing. Stop using all of this AI technology to make it seem like Donald Trump is something he's not. These folks, look at how only two candidates have ever been taken off the ballot by Democrats. Donald Trump posted this on True Social, and what happened? One of his supporters did this. They actually had the audacity to put his face on Abraham Lincoln's face. You Trump supporters, y'all are getting so desperate. You know what? Let's give the Trump supporters another round of boos and shame. They put him next to Martin Luther King, don't they? They put Donald Trump in every situation. It's like they are obsessed with this guy. All right, and then they come into my live and tell me I got TDS. I don't got TDS. Okay. Let's give the Trump supporters what they deserve for this silly picture. Another round of boos and shame. All right, yeah, I wanted to address that. They put Donald Trump on a cross. They put him on a McDonald's poster. I mean, they put Donald Trump. You know what? I'm not even going to say that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you Trump supporters got Donald Trump bedroom sheets, Donald Trump underwear. You got all kind of nasty Donald Trump stuff. You all look sad, all right? And this is not winning. This is far from winning. All right, now let's move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, a whiff. Trump fights Jack Smith Mar-a-Lago jury questionnaire in a new filing. Former President Donald Trump's legal team is objecting to the jury questionnaire proposed in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. All right. The prosecution purported concern about it. Insufficient time to implement jury selection measures is entirely illusory. All right. And based exclusively on partisan talismanic significance that they have assigned to May 20th, 24, the filing stated. The filing further argues that Jack Smith is trying to prosecute by playing baseball rules. Apparently, believing that the case is governed by baseball rules, the office has taken another swing at maintaining a trial date that was set based on the office's misrepresentation regarding the timing and nature of discovery, the brief states. This motion is every bit as much a whiff and therefore strike two. May 20th is the current trial date set by United States District Judge Eileen Cannon. However, Cannon, an appointee of Trump, who has been widely accused of making decisions calculated to sway the trial in his favor, is widely expected by legal experts to push the trial date further, possibly making the trial take place after the 2024 presidential election. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, another situation in which Donald Trump is trying to evade justice. All right. And this is the one that says he's innocent. This is the related to the classified documents. And he's actually getting help from the judge. All right. So you know what I say. Let's get these boos and shame out together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Donald Trump another round of boos and shame. Because if he was truly innocent, he would want to get this thing over with. He would want to do the right thing and make sure we Americans know whether he's a criminal or not, whether or not these charges are bogus. He would do that if he was truly innocent. But once again, when he's given us another sign that he knows he's guilty by trying to push the trial date out even further. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump another round of boos and shame. Oh my God. Listen, I know MAGA's triggered right now. I got MAGA triggered, all right, and they're in a state of shock right now. And that's exactly where I want you Trump supporters, all right? You know Snuggles, ladies and gentlemen, or as I like to call him, he reminds me of Yosemite Sam. Snuggles, when these Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, they're very upset right now because we've caught him acting a plumb dumb fool. Good morning, Superwoman. We caught him acting a plumb dumb fool. So now you hear the Trump supporters. This is what they sound like.
Dirty Turkish archetype, flatten, button, Philip Bunker Martin, Barcelona Burton, double bust,
Democrat. They're blaming the Democrats as if the Democrats are the ones sitting in the jury or as witnesses. The Democrats aren't on the witness stand. No, this is MAGA on MAGA violence. This is, this is that inner city violence that y'all like to talk about. They always talk about the crime rate in the United States. You know who's driving the crime rate up in the United States? I had to sit back and think to myself, Donald Trump is the man with 91 felony charges. He's the reason the crime rate is high. Look at this. Over 1,200 people went to prison because have been convicted. Some have gone to prison because of this knucklehead. More are going. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, he's the most criminal person in the United States. So if you have a problem with crime, ladies and gentlemen, I think Trump supporters really need to start with Donald Trump. All right. So I got some more bad news for MAGA. No shot at becoming president. This is what they're saying. This is word around town. I have no reason to lie to you. Trump's fate as a candidate rests in the hands of 9 Supreme Court justices, right? All right. And according to credible sources, there's word around town that other states are going to soon fall in line should the high court subscribed to the same ruling that the lovely state of Colorado did, where they disqualified Donald Trump's behind for what he did, on January 6th. All right. And this is what they're saying. This is such an important decision for the Supreme Court to make, because if by some chance they decide that Colorado has made the right decision, then you're going to see state after state where Donald Trump is kicked off the ballot and simply cannot become the next president. Imagine what Snuggles' face is looking like, right? And he has no shot at becoming the next president of the United States at all. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? The tears, the MAGA tears, they're flowing all across the United States. I've never seen, and I've known Snuggles for quite a while, ladies and gentlemen. He called me up last night again. You should have heard him. He was on his knees this time. Zeus, please don't go live and talk about me again, Zeus. The way you talked about me yesterday, you hurt my feelings. I won't say it again, Zeus. All right, please don't. I said no, Snuggles. Payback's a dog. I'm not going to stop, ladies and gentlemen, until Snuggles not only cries, he says this is like WWE. Well, he's going to have to lay on his back, and we are going to have to count to three, right? 1, 2, 3, get him out of here. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're going to do to you, Snuggles, until you tap out. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they truly deserve. Another round of booze and shame, right? Because at this point, I could care less about those poll numbers, all right? Because nothing gives me more joy than to know that this guy is pretty much on the verge of being disqualified. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump and his supporters another round of booze and shame. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I got to give it to Donald Trump. He never ceases to take advantage of his supporters, right? And so this is something I want to make sure you Trump supporters know is an option. If any of you think Donald Trump is being mistreated out there, any of you Trump supporters, you believe he's being mistreated, Donald Trump says there's something that you can do to help him, all right? And this is what it is. Chip in now. Donald Trump is asking his supporters for donations to help him appeal the court's decision that removes him from Colorado's presidential election ballot. All right, so listen up, MAGA. I know times are hard, but listen, your daddy, where is he at right now? I want you to do this. Go into your bank accounts, right? And while you're going into your bank accounts and your 401ks, I want you to do me a favor. Just do this.
Just keep thinking Trump. Trump is your daddy.
Yeah. Daddy needs some money. MAGA. And I ain't sending it to him. All right. It's either me or you. You got to do it, right? All right. And so, and there's a way you can do this and it'll help him. All right. I know you've helped him a lot before, but this is different. This is a different time. All right. Listen, former President Donald Trump, a front runner for the Republican primary, is gently nudging his supporters for donations in an effort to appeal the Colorado Supreme Court's decision that disqualifies him from the state ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, in response to the ruling, Trump's camp, they engineered a new ad. This is what they did. They went into the lab and they cooked up another video for you, all right? And then he posted it on his social media platform, Truth Social, all right? And he did something special. He made it look like a news story because you know how you fall for anything, right? And what better way to get you to do? And he went up there, and he went on Truth Social, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see what he says. Breaking news. Right there. They're done right there. They've just logged in. Colorado just removed me from the ballot. Chip in. The ad includes a hyperlink to his campaign's website. Snuggles, go ahead. Just send him the rest of whatever's in your 401k. All right? All of you Trump supporters, why keep it? You don't need it. Donald Trump needs it. All right? State Supreme Court judges, all appointed by Democrats. Just remove President Trump's name from the 2024 ballot. See, remember when you said they didn't do it? Remember Clickbabe? You said they didn't take his name off. Well, Donald Trump's new campaign ad says that they did. All right. We will appeal this decision immediately. Please, Snuggles. Please, Clickbabe. Please, Graybeard. Please, any MAGA supporter out there with that MAGA demon. All right. Please, J Bear. Please, Stacy. Please make a contribution to join the fight to keep my name on the 2024 ballot. And he learned something. Peacefully defend your right to vote. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to give Donald Trump and his supporters what they truly deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his supporters another round of boos and shame. Because once again, we caught them with they're on their knees, right? Because we had them on the ropes. They're on their knees right now. Yesterday, Donald Trump was begging President Biden to let up, right? Biden, please, Biden, get these charges. And now we got Donald Trump on his knees begging his supporters, who are also laying on their backs, for whatever they got left in their bank account. And most likely they're going to give it to them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all what they deserve. Their boos and shame. Don't cry to me about spending an extra 86 cents at the grocery store, you Trump supporters. No, you can't cry about that when you're sending Donald Trump those 401ks. Have y'all lost your rabbit minds? Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You really can't, all right? Oh my gosh, I mean, I literally just cannot believe Donald Trump is he's taking advantage of his supporters, ladies and gentlemen, like you've never seen it before. Oh, I got some more bad news, MAGA. I got some more bad news, all right? And you know, he just needed some money. Donald Trump just needed your money to handle that Colorado thing. But he's going to need a little more money out of you, Snuggles, and all you MAGA demons, all right? Listen up. Very costly mistake. Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump, God bless her. God bless Mary Trump. I mean, for her to have to wear the Trump last name and to get out here and do what we're doing, which is standing up to the MAGA demon, she really, my hat goes off to her. She says Donald Trump could face the exact same dilemma as Rudy Colludi, Dirty in the Booty, Giuliani, for repeating the same lies about the Georgia poll workers. And let this be a lesson to any of you Trump supporters, especially you, Snuggles. You keep on repeating these same lies, Snuggles. I promise you, these women right here, they will come after you. They made it crystal clear after this ruling against Giuliani that they want money. They want their money, and they're going to get it every way. So listen up. You heard it here, Trump supporters. If you repeat the lie that Rudy Giuliani repeated about these sisters, all right? These two, Rudy Freeman and Shay Moss, they will come after you with everything they can, all right? And they got Rudy Giuliani's money. If you didn't pay attention, they gave him an expedited pass to get it now. They ain't got to wait right now. Go and get it right now. So listen up. I'm telling you, Trump supporters, if you want to hold on to whatever the crying dimes you got left, don't repeat this lie about these women, because they are coming for you. And so with that being said, Mary Trump has said this. Donald Trump faced a setback this week in Colorado Supreme Court. All right. And she said there's evidence of her uncle defaming Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. This could cost him hundreds of millions of dollars, because Donald Trump repeated the same lies that Rudy Giuliani was fined $148 million for spreading. Giuliani Donald Trump's ex-lawyer was fined about $150 million by a Washington, D.C. jury last week for defamatory statements the former made against Freeman and Moss following the 2020 election. Incidentally, the two have filed a fresh case against Giuliani for the fresh remarks that he made following the verdict. Mary Trump noted that Donald Trump repeated Giuliani's disparaging remarks about Freeman and Moss at a rally in Georgia on December 2020. Later, when Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger asked Donald Trump to find votes to help him win the state, the former president referred to Freeman as a professional vote scammer, as a hustler, and a known political operative who stuffed the ballot boxes. The result of this were catastrophic. The two women experienced violent harassment, death threats, and ruined many lives, Mary Trump said. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see what's about to happen. These two women are going to get justice out of Donald Trump's behind, too. And I would say they should definitely go on to every single MAGA supporter on this app. And if there's any video evidence of these people lying on these women, they should use the money, that $148 million they're going to get from Rudy Giuliani, to hire a team of lawyers to comb all through social media and make sure every Trump supporter is held accountable for spreading these baseless lies, especially after they've been proven to be lies, right? So let's give Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame, all right? Because they thought they could get away with disparaging these sisters and ruining their lives, only to turn around and have to end up sending Donald Trump, and who's going to ultimately have to send them the money back with interest. Let's give them some boos and shame. That's what they sound like when they have to give up that money. All right. I see I'm running real close to my time, so we're going to try to round the corner, ladies and gentlemen, as quick as possible. All right. Next question, or next topic, ladies and gentlemen. This is going out to the so-called Russian bears. You know, they come into my live. You know those Russian bears, right? They come into my live, and this is what they say. All right.
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
Yeah, and they complain about getting threats on the internet. They complain about so-called Democrats being mean to them. And, you know, I saw Snuggles. There's a live that I go into. It's a UFC live. Day, I don't know if you hear Day. But it's a live where there's no moderators. And folks can really just go in there and try to, get their point across. And this guy, Snuggles, he had the audacity to center himself in the middle of the live. And he cried because my good friend attacking is holding him accountable for the content he's putting out on the internet. So he started crying in the middle of the live. Yeah, I know. Well, listen up, Snuggles. You've been putting out a lot of nasty things on TikTok, my good friend. And so if you can't stand the heat, then stay out of the kitchen. Don't go into the big boys' room, all right, Snuggles? All right, you listen, we're brothers, so I got to talk to you like this, all right? This is what your party is doing at the end of the day. This isn't personal. This is what your leader, Donald Trump, is doing. So if you have a problem with the threats and stuff like that, I would encourage every single one of you Trump supporters to really look at the man or woman in the mirror and start looking at your leader, Donald Trump, and look at what he's caused to happen in this great country we call the United States of America. A government official was forced to leave his home after one former President Donald Trump supporter shared his address online. This is what they do. They attack American citizens. And for what? Because they think it's their right. It's their duty to defend Donald Trump, all right? The new version of Judge Tanya Chutkan's partial gag order was released by a federal appeals court in Trump's Washington, D.C. election interference case, all right? The original 68-page order issued by a 3-judge panel of the D.C. Circuit Appeals Court on December 8th included 3 pages with blacked out information, the messenger notes, all right? Multiple state and local officials faced security threats after they were targeted by Trump or his supporters. Wow. That blacked out portion also details a state official who decided to stop making public comments after Trump tweeted about him because it was the safest thing to do. These anecdotes were presented to the panel as they considered whether or not to uphold the judge's October gag orders against Trump, which they ultimately decided to do. This is what I am talking about. This is why I go live every single morning. It's the MAGA, it's the hypocrisy in the MAGA party. You are all promoting hate with your platforms. I've seen it. I've gone in there. You don't know how to control yourselves. You're out of control. You like to yell and make threats. And you don't respect the rule of law. You're threatening judges? Because what? You think you need to defend Donald Trump? Donald Trump is a grown man. You all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You're acting worse than children. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump supporters another round of, you guessed it, another round of booze and shame. All right, because not only do they send Donald Trump all their money, but they do whatever it takes to go to prison. All right, let's give them some booze and shame. They don't like me because I tell the truth, all right? And I get that. But guess what? I would rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing a lie, sitting in prison for this orange clown who wakes up every day, puts a bird nest on his head, right? Paints himself orange, puts on some diapers, and gets on his social media platform and starts lying and grifting. I'd rather be realer than you than to be under this guy's nasty, demonic spell. You Trump supporters ought to be embarrassed and ashamed of yourselves. You shouldn't be bragging about you only got an education either. I only got an 8th grade education. That's what I can't believe that guy actually came to me and said, I only got an 8th grade education and I know more than you. No, you don't. You need to do me a huge favor. You need to sit your special behind down and you need to listen to this special broadcast. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You can't pass a test. Even if we gave you the answers to the test, which we have been, you still wouldn't be able to pass. All right, now let's move on to our last, and we got a couple of more topics, all right? Let's see, what do I want to cover before we get to opening up these boxes? Oh, okay, all right, I think this is a good one. All right, many of you've heard me say it, right? You Trump supporters are nothing but assets or Vladimir Putin's puppets. You've heard Hillary Clinton said it too. Donald Trump is Putin's puppet, right? Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Putin is counting on the re-election of his asset, Donald J. Trump. This is why we got to keep him off the ballot. This is why the insurrectionists can't be on the ballot. Wow. You Trump supporters really have done a number to yourselves. Your minds are gone, scrambled like some eggs. Probably didn't even scramble them correctly. According to one of the top diplomats who served Donald Trump's administration, Russian President Vladimir Putin would like nothing better than for Donald Trump to be reelected president because, as she put it, he has his number. A key advisor on Russian affairs in the Trump White House claimed that a return of the former president to the Oval Office would ease pressure on the Russian strongmen whose invasion into Ukraine has gone poorly at best. In an interview with the host of One Decision podcast, Hill suggested Trump would be quick to pull support for Ukraine, giving Putin a massive boost, and that the Russian president sees the former American president as someone who can easily be manipulated. Quote, obviously Putin has Trump's number for some time. He knows how to manipulate him. He has been very good at the art of flattery with Donald Trump. He sees Trump as an asset in many respects, she explained. The anticipation that Trump's going to come back is something for Putin of a boon. He can play with that. He can use it as a kind of warning, scare the Ukrainians, the Europeans, the rest of the world. Putin is pretty confident, given his experiences with Trump in the past, that Trump will be quick to try to resolve the war in Ukraine in his favor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump, all right, and his base what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame, because once again we caught them playing into the hands of, guess who? Vladimir Putin. Let's give him some booze and shame. All right. Now let's round the corner and we're going to end strong, ladies and gentlemen. Our last and final topic. Many of you know my program and you know exactly what we do over here. All right. So listen up. If you are easily triggered, this is an opportunity for you to leave the live exit stage left. All right.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Okay. Trigger warning. All right. Because we're going to cover January 6th like we always do. All right. All right, if you come in now, okay, and by the way, if you have a problem with the format of my show, I hate to have to always say this, please do me a huge favor and just keep that to yourself. Just keep it to yourself, okay? I've been doing this for quite a while, and I know what people like, and I know what they don't like, and I'm I'm still over here cooking the way I cook, all right? So let's get into this. Santa Ynez official and husband arrested for entering the Capitol on January 6th. We caught another traitor, ladies and gentlemen. Federal agents arrested a Central Coast Service District board member and her husband for being inside the United States Capitol during the January 6th riot, or as I like to call it, insurrection. Karen Jones is a Santa Ynez Valley Community Service District Director who ran unsuccessfully for Santa Barbara County Supervisor in 2016 and 2020, right here in my home state of California. This seditionist, treasonous traitor did this. Jones surrendered to federal authorities on December 14th in Austin, Texas. Authorities arrested Jones's husband, Robert Jones, on the same day in Los Angeles. Thank God. Both Karen and Robert Jones are charged with 4 counts of entering a restricted building and disorderly conduct. Each count carries a maximum potential sentence of 1 year in prison. Video footage from January 6, 2021 shows both Karen and Robert Jones inside the Capitol wearing, guess what? Donald Trump hats. Quote, "I was the first wave up the stairs," Karen Jones shouted into a microphone on January 6 video footage. "Took a little pepper spray. Didn't think I'd ever be sprayed by cops in my own country. I support the police," she said. An arrest warrant states the FBI confirmed the couple's identity through cell phone and credit card records, flight and hotel bookings, and physical surveillance of their Santa Ynez home. In June, Jones defended her actions while speaking at a comedy show in Austin. Jones said she did not do anything she thought was illegal, and she only entered a public section of the building, not a private office or any restricted area. Quote, "I have been to the Capitol multiple times, and there has never been a reason to go in. There's never been a reason not to go in." You know, every day, ladies and gentlemen, I really don't look forward to having to do this. But I think I understand I have to do it because it's very important we let these January 6ers understand that they get no love here in the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these traitors what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's send them off the old-fashioned way.
like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that? That's your own leader telling you the truth, which he rarely does. You do not represent our country. You broke the law. You engaged in heinous acts of violence, trying to defile our democracy. You went there because you believed him. Like some idiots. You believed him. Only to have him go on record and tell you you don't represent our country, and to wrap it up by saying you will pay. If it was up to me, you're lucky this is the United States of America, you Trump supporters. If it was up to me and I could have some of the powers that, those other dictators have. You say you don't like, you don't mind a dictator, right? Let me be a dictator for a day. I do something you wouldn't like. Elon, won't you give me one of those SpaceX rockets? Yeah, you haven't finished the test? Don't matter. I'm going to use it. I need to use it. And I tell you Trump supporters, listen up. If you go to Mars and come back, I'll give you $1 million. And I tell Elon Musk to put each and every one of those traitors in that little SpaceX rocket. I don't care if it works or not. Send them to Mars. Let them figure it out if it was up to me. All right, but you're so lucky. We're a nation of law and orders, and you're entitled to due process. And we got to really sit back and wait to see how it all plays out. What was that? Do I call January 6th an insurrection? You're darn right. I didn't catch it all. It was an insurrection. All right. And it was sedition as well. Sedition, treason. You know what that is? Why do you think the Proud Boys got 22 years in prison? They didn't get that because they went to a picnic on January 6th. Have you lost your mind? And by the way, I haven't seen not one BLM, Antifa, or FBI individual convicted. This is Donald Trump and his supporters. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. It's like my grandmother always says, tell the truth and do what? Shame the devil. All right. And listen, I know a lot of your folks. I know a lot of folks out there. I see a lot of dissension. Out there in the comment section. But listen, if you don't like what I'm doing on this side of TikTok, if you don't like President Biden and how he's running this country, do me a huge favor. Leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
Yep.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Quiet as it is kept. I'm not losing any sleep over these Trump supporters. No, I'm actually quite happy because guess what? I'm winning. Oh, I haven't heard anybody bragging about those poll numbers ever since Colorado took Trump off the ballot. They don't even talk about poll numbers anymore. They're just, oh my gosh, can you believe the states did that? You're darn right. If you think it's okay for states to take away women's reproductive rights, because guess what? It's states' rights. Well, it's our right to decide whether or not someone engaged in an insurrection belongs on the ballot. It's simple. You know what they say? They say live by the sword, die by the sword. There you go. All right, Ben. Good morning. How are you doing, my friend?
Good morning, Brother Zeus. How's things?
Oh, things are going just fine, my good friend. Another day in the kingdom tending to the affairs as usual.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, Zeus, I noticed something. When you start talking about the January 6th insurrectionists and how they've been caught and they now have to go to prison.
Right.
Good for them, by the way, because that's what all domestic terrorists should get.
Right.
I start looking at the comments pretty heavy. And
Okay.
people are down there like, yeah, the Pelosi insurrectionists. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why are y'all blaming Nancy Pelosi? She didn't give the speech at the ellipse.
Nope.
You know, she wasn't the one that said, we're going to go down to the Capitol
Nope.
and we're going to fight like hell because you
No.
don't take your country back with weakness. That wasn't Nancy Pelosi who said that.
Nope.
That was Donald Trump who said that.
Bingo.
But they have selective memory. They say, well, he said march peacefully. Well, what about the end of his speech? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't hear that part.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You didn't
got-
hear that part. But you know Joe Biden is wearing tighty whities and had eggs Benedict for breakfast this morning. But you
Right.
didn't hear that part of the speech. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
It just amazed me. Like Pelosi did this and Pelosi did that. She denied the National Guard. She can't order up the National Guard. No
Right.
Speaker of the House can.
And,
You know,
and didn't
and
Trump
then-
say he ordered the National Guard in that
Well,
speech?
yeah. After it was all over and he gave that speech. Can you play that speech real quick?
The one I just played earlier?
The one where he says this is you don't represent us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do
I'd
it.
like to begin by addressing the heinous attack
That's
on the
it.
United States.
You want to play the whole thing?
No. That's it. I just wanted to remind people of that speech because now he's running around calling them January 6 hostages.
Wow.
Okay, but after it was all over, you know, I want to start by addressing the heinous attack. You broke the law, you will pay. And now they're paying. And so what is he doing? Because he knows all of his people out there are going, well, that wasn't an insurrection. Really, why don't you ask the Proud Boys who got indicted for insurrection?
Bingo.
Ask them if it wasn't an insurrection. Ask the
Bingo.
Proud Boys. Okay, ask Enrique Torrio. Don't take away my 40. Please don't take away my 40.
Right.
You about to miss 20 Christmases, son. You about to miss 20 Christmases. and
All
party
because
your
of Donald
50s.
Trump. All because he loved Donald Trump.
Yep. And it's just, I don't know, dude. It's sad to me.
Yeah.
Pelosi did this. I have yet to see one BLM member stand there in front of a judge and go, well, BLM sent me to the Capitol that day.
Doesn't happen. It won't
Ain't
happen.
happened yet. I have yet to see one person from Antifa stand in front of that judge going, I am Antifa.
Never, not going to happen.
No. All the ones who stood in front of the judge, we went there because Donald Trump called us.
Bingo.
He told us to come down. I believed him.
Yeah.
I got caught up in the rhetoric. I got caught up in Fox Mania. And they, even though they confessed to this stuff,
You said Fox Mania.
yeah, and even though they confessed to this stuff,
Right.
the naysayers will be sitting out there going, well, those were forced confessions.
Oh, that's
How?
what.
They're standing right there in front of the judge. Who forced them to say what they said? You know, the one guy with the eye patch, I can't remember his name.
Stuart Rhodes.
Yeah, Stuart Rhodes. His dumb behind. You know how he lost his eye, right?
How? I don't know how he lost it.
He accidentally shot himself in the face
Wow.
while he was an actual gun instructor.
Wow.
So I don't think I want to be taking any kind of lessons from somebody who shot themselves in the face. I'm just saying.
Wow.
But he was the one that stood there and went off on the judge when he got sentenced.
Yeah.
That didn't seem forced to me.
Nope. They
You
know they
know-
did it. That's why I cover it the way that I do. I really want to make sure MAGA understands they need to own January 6th. That's their dirty work.
Oh, absolutely. And we have not seen any remnants of BLM or Antifa, but they claim it was all them.
Bingo.
Well, if it was all of them, then why is Mike Johnson blurring out their faces? Does he not
Bingo.
want BLM and Antifa to pay the same prices the Trump supporters have paid?
Bingo.
No, he wouldn't want that. That'd make too much sense.
No. See?
So, dude, it's just insane to me. I was on T's Live this morning, and he's got the banner up that says, "Are all MAGA racist?" And some lady came in there and she was like, "Oh, BLM, the Black Panthers,
Oh my God.
Antifa, they're all racist." And I'm like, it's amazing. Anytime we put something together to try to advance our community, it's like
Give it to them.
it's like white people just feel oppressed, like they're the ones about to be oppressed
Tell them, swear.
because we put something together to try to help advance our community. It was the Black Panthers that got free lunches for the kids in California. If
Bingo.
nobody knew that. And then when the Black Panthers started carrying their firearms, oh, the biggest gun reform in the history of the country happened.
Always happens like that, isn't it?
Yep.
And then they want to get out here and tell us they don't trust the DOJ and the FBI.
Exactly. But I don't know. These are the most fragile people I've ever seen in my life right now. They melt faster than a snowflake on a 90-degree day. You hear what I'm saying?
Bingo,
They melt
spot
down
on.
and start cursing and swearing and calling people all kinds of racist names.
Yeah,
But yet they want to be oppressed. They want to be a victim, and
yeah,
they act like the victim so much.
they
They're
really do. They're
they are not
crybabies.
victims of over 500 years of oppression when it comes
Right,
to black people in this country. They're
right.
not victims of that.
You're not victims. I refuse to let MAGA be victims over here. Absolutely not.
Oh
Wear
no,
your
they
badge with honor, you devils.
you ain't never lied.
Right,
And
right,
like your grandmother say, you tell the truth and you
right.
shame the devil.
Tell them.
And they ain't nothing but a bunch of doggone devils, every single one of them. That's how I'm
Exactly.
always feel about them, as
Exactly.
well as being domestic terrorists.
Bingo. No
The
lies
Boogaloo
detected.
Boys, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the One Percenters. Yeah, they were all about back in the blue until 143 police officers got injured at the Capitol.
Bingo. No
But
lies
it was a
detected.
peaceful day. It was just a peaceful protest. Really? Explain that to the 143 officers. And when they got awarded those medals, I was so happy they all walked right past Mitch McConnell. They didn't even shake his hand, and he was standing there looking like Mitch the Glitch.
Wow.
That was the first time he glitched out because he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody shaking my hand. I don't really know what we're going on or what could be
Tell them
going on
swerve.
here.
Tell them swerve.
So yeah, none but a bunch of domestic terrorists. And the veterans who support this crap, they have completely forgotten their oath. Completely forgotten their oath. Don't care about it one way or the other.
They
They have
don't.
completely forgotten their oath. And I'm sorry that I share the title of veteran with any of them. So
I'm so sorry, but as always, thank you for your service, Brother Swervin. We
you're
really
very
appreciate
welcome. You're very welcome. So I heard my buzzer, man. I know I went over, but I'm gonna let you get back to managing the affairs of the kingdom.
it. All right.
All the folks down in the comments, as you say, Zeus, my naysayers and my detractors,
Yes, there you
and the
go.
ones who support me.
Thank
Y'all
you.
give yourselves a round of applause for hanging in there and watching the show. And Zeus is killing it, telling the truth like always. And MAGA don't have a leg to stand on.
Bingo. Man,
So
all love. Thank you, Brother Swervin. I truly appreciate that.
not a problem, my friend. Not a problem. You be good.
All
You
right.
be safe in the kingdom, and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
Will do. Will do. All right,
Take care, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Swervin a round of applause. No lies detected. We got MAGA on the ropes right now, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, the spirit of defeat is hovering all over MAGA right now. They have nothing left in the tank. All they got right now is to hurl insults and talk loud. But like I said, next year when that ball drops, it's going to be a completely different experience. You MAGA, you Trump supporters, you are going to have an out-of-body experience once you start seeing just how law and order really works. I promise you that. All right, let's move on to our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Oh my God, Stick the Ruler. How you doing?
How you doing? Oh my
Oh,
God, I got all these people in the background.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a big truck. He's over here on where I work at, MAGA.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
actually at work. But
Okay, I
it's
get it.
okay. I catch a corner real quick. Is that a lot better?
Yeah, I can
Is
hear
that a
you.
little bit
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So this morning, what I need all the MAGites to understand and realize is that no matter how the verbiage is twisted around and no matter how you try to spin it, we see it for what it is. You know, all across this country, from Alabama, gerrymandering, here in the state of Florida, they even went through gerrymandering here. So, book banning, I'm going to be a dictator,
Yeah.
and Other fellow Republicans also saying, "What have we done for my constituents? What can I take back to them and tell them that what we've done?" Like
Right.
all of this is visual as well as we're not hearing impaired. We also hear it. We're not blind. We can see it.
Amen.
And to the point of a 3D type of feeling, we can actually feel it as well. We feel it.
Right.
So
It's real, right? We are
it's
really
it's
feeling
very
this.
real. It's very real. And just like Swervin said, as a veteran myself, I also take it to heart and feel a certain type of way about you guys being on the side of me, telling me, in the sense of only being a veteran,
Right.
telling me that, you know, how I think is wrong. When I look at you and I see everything that your side is telling me, and I'm saying side just like that because you have chosen a side. And the side that you were actually was supposed to choose was the side of the Constitution.
Correct.
In the sense of the oath
Bingo.
that we took.
Yeah.
No matter the skin color, no matter where they came from, no matter, you know, what class they are considered to be, that is basically our end all, tell all, whatever, you know, the Constitution. That's who we are supposed to be. And if it doesn't hold that standard, as an American, we have the right to be wrong that the standard is not being set and or is not being raised in some cases.
Right.
You have to raise the standard.
It's very important that to have standards and, like I say, or you know, follow the rule of law, right? If without that, what do we got?
Yeah, without law, we have exactly what you want to have. If you basically say that Donald Trump could do anything as president, then I guess we don't need to vote again because Joe Biden will be the president.
Bingo. And if we're gonna have a dictator, wouldn't you prefer Biden over Trump?
Oh, I mean, any day, but at the end of the day, I don't want a dictator.
I don't.
So
either.
if Biden would have came out and said that to me in front of my face, a dictator, and then you have people actually saying,
"Good morning,"
hey, asking you twice just to make sure they heard you right, and you doubled down on it. That's all I need to hear. Biden, you're gone.
Bingo.
Now you need to be up out of there.
Right.
And I think that's the disconnect, and that's where they go wrong. And I'm not even probably going to take it to the bell. I'm just going to say I appreciate you letting me say my thoughts and my piece. And you have a good day of the kingdom, Zeus.
All right.
You tell these Magites how it go. I appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate you, and God bless you, my brother. Keep up the great job over there, ladies and gentlemen. That is Stick the Ruler reporting to us while on duty. All right, so listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Yosemite Sam 2, which is clickbait, in the comment section. As you can see, the MAGA demon is raging in Clickbabe, all right? We call him Clickbabe in here, all right? So please throw your tomatoes at Clickbabe. Throw your booze and shame if you see him or any of these other MAGA demons, all right? Feel free to just send them some love with those tomatoes and those booze and shame. Because, you know, Clickbabe, he hasn't gone live on his own account ever. He bought his followers. He's inflating his assets like his leader, Donald J. Trump, right? And it's sad to watch a grown man go down on a sinking ship like this. But, you know, when your name is Clickbabe and you go around the internet trolling people and being a nasty, nasty, ugly man like him, it's par for the course, all right? All right, and this is what he sounds like. This is Clickbabe right here. Him and Snuggles, they got the Yosemite Sam disease. This is it.
Dirty Turkish Archibald Flattery Barton Philip Bunker Barton Perkaluma Burton Double Bush Maggie Martin and
All he's trying to say is this: the Democrats that are the response or the reason why his leader won't be president. You're darn right, Clickbabe. Not only is it us, but it's everybody else in the United States of America. Nothing gives me more joy than to see Clickbabe freaking out in the comment section, right? Oh, it gives me so much pleasure. I know he can't even focus wherever he's at. You know, he's supposed to be working on those projects or something, but he comes into this live I am so angry with you, Zeus. Yeah, yeah. Well, you just keep sitting your special behind down, click, babe, and listening to this special broadcast. All right, let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva, the beautiful Miss Boss Diva.
Good morning, Zeus. Coming
Yeah,
in to check in, make sure everything is copacetic for you.
absolutely, it is. All right.
Absolutely.
How about you?
Are you finished with your Christmas shopping?
I have not finished. That's a good question. I still got a couple of more items to go and grab. Because I'm Zeus. All right. Have you finished yours?
Yes. I've wrapped
Oh,
everything. I've finished everything. Now, the only thing that's left to do is prep the food, get
oh,
that
you're
ready.
cooking.
Yeah, I'm cooking.
Oh, what you
And I'm going to
cooking?
cook a lasagna.
Oh,
I want to go different.
oh,
Traditional is always
mm,
so traditional. So
mm,
we're going to do something different. A
mm,
salad, some garlic
mm.
bread,
Ooh, you gonna have some
and
cornbread or
some.
anything? Mac and cheese and
No,
yes.
no, not this time. Mac and
Mm.
cheese was, the
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving meal.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Well, okay. Well,
So we
listen.
want to kind of go a different route. Wanted some pasta type of dish or whatever, but I didn't want to be standing in front of the stove forever. So
Mm,
I
mm.
went with that.
Yeah. Tell
But
them.
yeah. So you know that Tuberville finally caved in, right? And
I heard. I
gave
heard.
those people the promotions that they were supposed to get long,
Good.
long, long
Good.
time ago. He had to cave in. I mean, and come to find, I didn't even know why he was doing it at first. So when I dug a little bit deeper, it's because he wants to put more sanctions on the female body. It's
Oh,
all about the abortion laws that he
right.
want, to kind of solidify. And he had some demands
Mm.
regarding that. And until they were met, then that's when,
Yeah.
he wasn't going to promote the people in the military. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Just selfish, just absolutely
It's
selfish.
all. They always want to try to control men's bodies, don't they? I mean, women's bodies,
They
right?
always do.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't know what the heck they're doing. I mean, these guys are, as far as I'm concerned, these are some miserable individuals. A lot of these MAGA men, miserable,
Oh yeah,
lame,
that's because they're not
lame.
getting none. So is the females too. They miserable too. I
Mm.
want to say shout out to Dark Truth. I don't know if he in here, but he gave Janae the business yesterday. I
What?
mean, my goodness, he was X-rated, but he gave her the business. I was like, ooh,
Wow.
we telling her she was, deficient and vitamin D deficient and some more
Well,
stuff.
you
And
mean she's not happily she tells me she's always happily married. You're saying that's not true?
well, according to that conversation, is obviously not true. Um,
Ooh.
they lie all the time, though. You know what I mean? They lie on everything, about
Mm.
everything, even their own, circumstances, anything. They just lie. You know what I mean?
Oh
That's
my
what MAGA
God.
does. They
All they
mad.
do.
They're mad because their orange Jesus is on his way to prison cell. He has
That
5
part.
freaking trials next. Can you imagine? I
Yeah.
mean, you would never. You might as well camp out in front of the courthouse
Mm.
because I mean, can you imagine? Oh, you have to go
Mm.
from court to court to court to court to hearing to hearing to hearing to hearing. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump is really in a tough spot, y'all.
One one
And
one trial, Miss Boss Diva, normally will wear the average man down. All right. One
right.
trial is just completely exhausting.
I
But
mean,
next year,
one felony would too, for that
yeah.
matter,
You ever
right?
seen you ever seen folks when they got a couple felonies on them? Oh, don't they look like the weight of the world is on them? Right. That's
Yeah, absolutely. They age real fast. You know what I mean?
mm,
Especially because when your freedom is on the line, the only thing you can think of is not having it anymore. You can't go to McDonald's. You can't go hop in your car and drive and go anywhere. You can't stay home all day if you wanted to.
mm,
None of the. I guess little perky things that we take advantage of, as
absolutely.
freedom,
Right.
to do whatever it is that we want to do. Because when
Right.
you have somebody else telling
Mm,
you when you got to shower, when you got to eat, when you got to go to sleep, when you got to wake up, when you can do anything, go outside, any of that. I
right.
mean, jail is not somewhere you want to spend the rest of your life.
Bingo.
But you know what, MAGA? Y'all don't care, so neither do I.
Exactly.
So I heard my bell, Zeus,
All
but
right.
much love to you. You know, I always got to support and check in with you, make sure
I
you're good.
appreciate it.
And you know, you
Anytime.
can always let me know whenever I can help you out with whatever. You know what I mean?
Amen. You are doing enough as is, but I will take you up on that offer. Just you wait, Miss Boss Diva. All right.
Okay, I'm expecting it. Much love,
all,
Zeus. Take
all
care in
right.
these streets.
All right. All
See
right,
you
ladies
later,
and
baby.
gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. No lies detected. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, MAGA, you stay triggered in a state of shock. All right. I want you to be right where you're at. All right. Because, people ask me, why do I go to these spaces and have these very difficult conversations with these folks? And I said, because I want all these Trump supporters to stay healthy right now. I want all their senses to keep working the way they are. I want your eyes. I want your ears, your taste, your smell, your touch, your sixth sense, your ESP. I want all of that to be fully in good shape. Because once Donald Trump is sent to prison, I'm going to be right there next to you like this. I want to make sure it's all in you. And I'm going to say, yeah. You know how that feels, right? I can't wait to see the look on their faces. I can't wait to see the look on their faces when they see what we've been saying come to pass. Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna let up. Oh, what are you gonna do when Donald Trump goes to prison, Zeus? That's what they ask me. What are you gonna do when he goes to prison? I'm gonna get like this on you. What are you doing? How's the numbers looking, Snuggles? Are you getting better business, Snuggles? Yeah. They're struggling, all right, ladies and gentlemen, to hold it together on their end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, good morning, the beautiful Takesha. How are you doing, Takesha?
Let me know if I'm lagging because my internet out.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay, listen. I want to explain because they keep saying that Donald Trump said go peacefully. So I just want to give you a story and maybe they can understand it this way.
Okay.
Okay, Zeus, you support this store, right?
All right, yeah.
Okay, you bought this shirt, but you want to return it. You reading what the receipt says about returning it.
Correct.
You know ahead of time that you ain't finna be able to return this shirt, right? Okay, now that's the example of how we saw the polls saying that Trump had already lost.
Right.
So you come to me and I say, hey, Zeus, they just doing you like that because they don't like you.
Oh.
But don't pay attention to what the receipt said. You just believe what you feel.
Oh, because
So
the
I
receipt
tell
they
you-
gave me ain't the receipt they give everybody else.
Right.
Oh.
So Zeus, I call you to my house. And I said, hey, I got a guy named Tim that can help you get your refund.
Oh.
Now he gonna do this for you because if he don't, then he gonna be wrong. And you need to be mad at Tim.
Yeah.
So I said, go to the store. But go and I want you to be nice when you go. Okay, but I done fed you all this time. They gonna mistreat you if they don't get your receipt back. It's because they mistreating you.
Yeah.
So I said, go to the store.
Oh.
Tim gonna help you out. You get to the store, Zeus. You find Tim. Tim said, hey, ain't nothing I can do. I find out Tim done told you this.
Oh.
I text you and say, oh, so Tim ain't gonna help you out? You gotta do what you gotta do then. Okay? So now you mad at everybody in the store.
Yeah.
Nobody won't give you no refund.
Right,
so you
right.
in the store just tearing up the store, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
done jumped on Tim. You fighting Tim for about 3 hours.
Yeah, Tim.
People calling me. Your family members calling me saying, Kiki, call him and tell Zeus to cut it out because you the only person can stop Zeus from doing this.
Right.
3 hours later, I finally called the store and said, let me speak to Zeus.
Okay.
Zeus, listen, I love you.
Right.
I know they wronged you. Just come on home.
Oh.
That's what happened. That's how Trump incited that riot. Do you see how I was responsible for the way you carried on?
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
Because I sent you false hope.
Oh, my God.
I sent you to the store. And when you got to the store, after Tim wouldn't give you the refund, I
Ooh.
hyped you up to jump on
Oh,
Tim.
oh my God. I mean, yeah, I see. I mean, because you put me in a space right there, right? You were testing my gangster in a way, right? You knew the type of individual I was. You knew I was
I
crazy
knew the
before you
type of
called
person
me,
you was.
right?
I knew, first of all, I knew Tim couldn't help you.
Yeah.
I knew Tim couldn't help you, but I wanted you to go act a fool.
Oh, you did me with it like that. So
And you
you,
did what I wanted you to do.
oh, so you playing me too?
Hey, it is what it is. And
Oh,
that's
nah.
how, that's how Trump did them folks.
See, so you think I'm one of them dumb people out here that you could just play
Listen,
me?
I don't care how he said go peacefully. He had already hyped them folks up before they got to the rally, and he hyped them up while they was at that Capitol.
Oh,
He did that.
see, that's personal, Takesha, because I may have done something like that before, so that hits a little close to home, Takesha. I mean,
But do you see how simple it is to explain it now?
oh yeah,
He
yeah,
was responsible.
it's like it's a situation with someone that you really trust and love. They put you in a situation knowing that you are the type to pop off on it, and they're gonna do it anyway, right?
Correct. Correct.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's that's
That's
sad. That's not a good
that's
person to
exactly
be
what
around.
happened. Zeus.
That's not a
That's
good
exactly
person.
what happened. That's what happened. Yeah.
Wow, that's deep right there, Takesha. Right there, I didn't
I just
expect
wanted to
that.
put it. I just want to put it as plain as hooked on phonics, because that's what MAGA need.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll get it after this. Maybe they'll get it after this.
Yeah, maybe they will. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
listen,
But
Takesha,
Zeus, you have a nice day.
I will and I
And
shall. Wow.
I'm gonna go on in here and get my nose cleaned up.
Okay. You're what?
I got the sniffles.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about some of that. Okay, never mind, ladies.
I don't do
Let's,
that booger sugar.
let's give Sister Takesha a round. All right. I had to catch that for a second, but great. Listen, great analogy. All right, and that's a good point. If you're around somebody that knows your temperament, all right, and this is real, they know your temperament. They know you don't play when it comes to certain things, right? And they try you like that, all right? Get you all outside of your character and hit you with the "it is what it is" line. Thank you, Lisa. And then they hit you with the "it is what it is" line. That's a dangerous person. You need to stay the heck away from people like that. That means they seen the risk of putting you in that situation, right? And they said, to hell with it. I'm going to get off on that person. And if anything come out of that, hey, I win. And if it doesn't work out, it ain't on me. Wow, Donald Trump did a number on you Trump supporters. He don't care. Wow. Thank you, Takesha. That's deep right there. I don't know what to say. That's actually kind of spooky, if you ask me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next panelist. Yeah, it is selfish. All right, Lewis, greetings. How are you doing this morning? Lewis, are you there, brother?
Zeus, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you
Yeah, I'm
doing this
here.
morning? Yeah, how are you doing?
So how you doing?
I'm
Pretty
all
good.
right.
Hey, happy holidays and happy Kwanzaa.
Happy. All right, same to you, my brother. All right, keep up the great work as well. Long time no see.
Hey Zeus, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm telling you. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Zeus. Um, I'm definitely convinced that I'm Santa Claus now.
Oh,
Um, I'm spending so much money. I'm spending so much money, man. I'm telling you, because my elves quit. So I'm having to spend all the money myself to get somebody to get me those toys, you know.
oh my
But I
God.
got I got 22 grandkids, man. So I'm ducking it out, you know.
Oh my God. 22. Congratulations. I mean, you be stroking, right?
I'm no, it ain't me. It's my son. My one son has 10 kids, so that kind of covers that.
What? Well, listen, you learn something new every day. That's wild. That's
Yeah, but
wild.
hey, check this.
Hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. I got to blow the whistle on that, Lewis. I'm so sorry. 10? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Lewis. We lost you. Did I hear him say 10 kids? I mean, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Oh my God, Lewis, Earth of Lewis, come on back, brother. You dropping some serious information.
Pretty loud and clear. I tell you what, I'll go out and try to come back in. Just bring me back in a minute.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pause for this second. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis, I got to hear a little bit more about this story, cause woo. You know who are you to judge out there? Don't be judging nobody, ladies and gentlemen. Cut it out. Who are you to?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I said my one son has 10 kids. He's a tugboat captain. He's never home. So he said he doesn't care. She can have as many as she wants. She wants to have one more kid. She wants to have one more now.
This is all with one woman?
Oh yeah. He's a tugboat captain. He's never home. She wants to have one more because her mother had 10 kids. So she wants to have one more and then they gonna stop.
I'm speechless, Lewis. I'm gonna be honest.
I hear you. In this day and age, I feel you. I
don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but it sounds like he's taking care of his responsibilities.
Oh yeah, he's got that paper. You know what I'm saying? He got that paper. He has 2 boats, and he's never home. He's always home. Only thing he does, he said, I just come in to play with my kids. That's all I do. So I don't have to worry about him. She takes care of him.
He got the basketball team. Yeah.
Yo, he got some second string too. But anyway, I want to get back with you on this. I'm starting to have some mixed feelings about this. See, me myself, I personally want Trump to run.
Right.
Because I know that Biden can beat Trump. But on the flip side of that, if he broke the law and broke the in the Constitution, it says that if you aid and abide an insurrection, or if you participate and abide in an insurrection, you can no longer run for office.
Right.
So I'm kind of caught in between that, where I want him to run, but on the flip side too, we have to follow the Constitution.
So let me ask this question. I agree with you for the most part. I really do think the voters should be allowed to decide who they want to be president. I completely agree. But to your point, right, there's 2 things going on. One is it even within the Constitution to allow him on there? And then the criminal cases that he has going on, right? I mean, with all of that going on, do you still feel like the rule of law still needs to be applied?
Absolutely. And here's this thing right here. I think that we have to, if he gets one felony conviction, how can you tell me that you can't vote for yourself, but other people can vote for you for the president of the United States?
That's a good question.
It
makes no sense.
If he can't vote for himself, if he can't walk into that polling place and vote himself, why should anybody else walk in there and vote for him?
Are you saying why should they, or why should they be allowed to vote for him? Because some people are,
Either way.
Do you think you should have the right to vote for whoever you want?
I think I should be able to vote, but I don't think he should be able to run. He should not be on any ballots if he's convicted of a felony.
He shouldn't, but that unfortunately isn't the thing that will disqualify you, though, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It doesn't disqualify.
But it's a good question, right? The insurrection business, right? What are your thoughts about that? Do you believe it's okay for a person who participated in an insurrection? Do you believe this individual should be allowed to be president of the United States?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He shouldn't be able to hold any political office. And the reason I say that, because it's in
is it because it's just Trump? Because a lot of people say all this hate for one man.
No.
Would you have the same energy if it was Obama?
Just because nobody else has ever done it. Yeah. Trump has done a lot of shit nobody else has done. I'm sorry. You know, there's that military background popping out there. But yeah, definitely. most definitely. Trump has done a lot of stuff that nobody's ever done before. He's setting the presidents all across the board.
Fair enough.
So my thing is absolutely. Let me tell you something. Let's be clear on this. They are doing this because it's Trump. For anybody to think they're not going after Trump because they're trying to, we don't want Trump in office. We're going to do everything to keep him out of office.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, so yes, they're going after him because he's Trump. Exactly, because we don't want him to be in that White House again.
Bingo.
And the reason we don't want him in that White House is because of January 6th.
Bingo. Makes sense to me. That's part of it. That's part of it, right?
But that's the one disqualifying thing that's undisputable. That is undisputable based on our Constitution.
Spot on. Well, listen, my brother. All right, Lewis, I appreciate you. And you definitely have brought some perspective out here that I think all of us appreciate. All right. And I want to ask that you please continue to come on back and share your wisdom and insight with us. All right.
Absolutely, Zeus.
And tell your son, do me a huge favor and tell him to cut it out. All right.
No. Hey, Zeus. I have a long legacy. My mother's 89.
Oh,
and
God bless her.
And she is fortunate enough to see her grandkids, she's fortunate enough to see her kids grow up and have babies, see her grandkids,
That's
see her
beautiful.
great grandkids, and her great great grandkids. So I am very fortunate myself to
You're
hope that
blessed.
I hope
Well,
I get there.
Well, I get it, but you got to admit, that's a number 10. That's quite a lot. You know, when you share that information with folks, people probably have the same reaction
Hey,
that
Zeus.
I had. But I'm happy that you said he's actually, there and taking care of him. I think that's also equally impressive.
Now you got to figure out of those 10 kids, he has 3 sets of twins.
Goodness gracious, Lewis, I can't take it no more, brother. You Woo! Man, my hat goes off to that woman. She got to be a strong woman.
Oh man, but she's the one because she told him if they stop having babies, they stop having sex. So my son say that ain't happening. She's super religious. She's one of those sanctified people, if you know what that means.
Yeah, saved, sanctified, and full of the Holy Spirit.
There you go.
Right.
So she said if we stop having sex, there ain't no reason. If we stop having babies, there ain't no reason to have sex.
Listen, okay.
And my son and my son just so happens to be a heathen. So he said that ain't happening.
Listen, all right, Lewis, I get it, but Lord have mercy.
I'll tell you, hey, Zeus, I've been knowing her ever since she was 17, and I have never went to Florida, and I go to Florida quite a bit.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen her not pregnant.
And how old is she now?
She's 30. She's 41.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Well, listen. Merry Christmas, Lewis, all right? Merry Christmas, my brother. I got to wrap it up and move on, all right? All right.
You got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Lewis a round of applause.
All right, good. Treat out, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, you never know what you'll hear out here on these TikTok streets, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I've learned something, all right? If they happy, I'm happy for them. All right, who do we have here? All right, JC, are you there? It looks like the buffering. It's buffering, JC. All right, maybe you left the live. I'm so sorry, but you're more than welcome to send another guest request. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. Good morning, Diva Talks. Welcome. Southern Lid, thank you for the subscription. All right, Diva, how are you doing this lovely morning? Rick, thank you. Diva, are you there? Good morning, Diva.
What are you barking for?
Hello? Can you hear us? I think she's away.
Oh, hey. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I hear you now. I had to let the dog out.
Oh, okay. I didn't want the folks to be all up in your business, all right? So I was going to drop you. But since you're here, is it okay? You can talk now?
Oh, Yeah. I
Okay,
just my
okay,
dog was
okay.
barking so loud, so I ran out.
Okay. Let the
Yeah,
dog out.
I find it just incredibly weird that they're saying the Democrats are trying to keep Trump off the ballot, and that's why they're doing the Colorado thing and all that.
Right.
But
Right,
it was
right, right. Straight
Republicans that were
facts.
the plaintiffs.
Can you
Republicans were the plaintiffs in the Colorado case.
right. Right.
It's not
They know that.
Democrats. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I think there's a slight delay, but I'll let you just keep going. Are you there, Diva?
I say, and it's the same with his
Oh.
indictment. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. It's the same with the indictments. Every single witness is a Republican or someone that was in his cabinet. There's no Democrats doing any of this. So I don't understand why they are making it uniquely a Democrat thing, because we aren't doing it. It's Republicans.
Yeah, she has a delay.
And they're talking
but-
about due process. I'm sorry. They're talking about like due process and stuff like that. Well, it went to court. There was a trial. That's why it was appealed and how it got to the Colorado Supreme Court. So there has been due process. It has been before a judge. Trump's lawyers were there litigating it. He's had due process on this. And the Constitution does not require a conviction for him to be disqualified. It's like if he was under 35 years old or wasn't born in this country. There's qualifications and there's disqualifications. So that's just, their arguments are weak because they don't like it.
What do you have to say about whether or not we should follow the Constitution or let the people decide? What are your thoughts on that?
The people did decide. It was Republicans who brought the case to begin with.
Oh.
So, and the people of Colorado have spoken, and they sure like to scream about states' rights when it comes to abortion laws. But now that the state of Colorado has spoken about the election, now they don't like states' rights. And they sure do love the Constitution when it comes to the Second Amendment, but they sure don't like the 14th Amendment.
So they're being hypocrites, is what you're saying.
Well, par for the course.
Yeah, no lies
They're
detected.
always hypocrites.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous to me. They're just grasping at straws because he's a filthy garbage of a human being, and they won't admit it. Because probably some of them are filthy garbage human beings too.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think they're projecting most of the time. I say, every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. And so they're projecting all of their insecurities, all their crimes. They're projecting them onto us, the Democrats, and we have nothing to do with it.
No, not at all. I'm not saying every Democrat is perfect. Every Democrat is, the best or whatever,
Right.
but we have no fight. We have no fight in this fight. We have done nothing to bring any of this about. And the people that say, why'd they wait so many years? They've been after him forever. Well, that's because when he was president, you guys said you can't indict a sitting president. So they had to wait till he was out of office. And then takes time to investigate. It takes time to do all the depositions. It just takes time. Now it's all coming out. Sorry, it's a few years later, but
Yep. Straight facts.
it is what it is.
Tell them, Diva. Tell them. They know. All right.
They know, and they don't want to accept it because
Okay.
they've been duped for so long. They've been duped for so long, and no one likes to admit that they've been duped.
Bingo. You're spot on, but guess what? They're going to be admitting it real soon, real shortly.
That's right. And I'm here for it every day. I'm here for it.
I see you. You're out here in the battlefield with us, and I love what you do. Please continue to keep up the great work. All right, I really do appreciate
Thank you.
it. All right, and
If I don't talk to you before next week, happy holidays to you and your family. Have a Merry
right.
Christmas, whatever it
All
is. And I have one more thing to say really fast. Wrapping presents is the ugly stepsister of folding laundry. Ugh.
I'm not even good at doing either of those. So if you're able to pull both of those off, you're quite the star in my opinion. All right.
Oh, yep. This time of year is tough on moms because we have to
Yeah.
make all the magic happen. It's exhausting.
I bet. I totally bet. But you're doing an awesome job. I can tell. All right. You
All
just
right.
do.
Well, thank you. Have a great day.
All right. All right. You as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Diva Talks a round of applause. Amigo, thank you for the subscription. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing an excellent job this morning, all right? We're keeping the door to the floor. We're telling the truth and we're shaming the devil, all right? And that's what's going to be needed. And I honestly, Donald Trump is such a loser. I don't even know why his supporters are getting upset. He's not going to beat President Biden. Biden already beat him before. All right? And you're looking at the poll numbers and I said, let me say something, all right? And then I'm going to bring up the next guest, but President Biden hasn't even entered campaign mode. All right, he hasn't entered campaign mode. He's got crises on his fingertips right now that require his attention. But mark my words, once it's campaign mode, Trump's going to get blown out of the water just off of Biden's record. Because if you compare their records, Biden's record is going to outshine Donald Trump's record. Donald Trump won't even debate. He's scared to talk about his accomplishments. So that's not going to work. Then, like I said, we definitely got the criminal situation going on, right? All those court cases. He's not going to be able to survive that. He's too old to be spending this much time in a courtroom acting like he can go do some time and come out looking better and stronger. Not going to work. So that's that. Melania, she just signed a new prenup. She's not trying to stick around. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. And he's being sued on multiple fronts. E. Jean Carroll, the fraud trial, he's going broke. MAGA, and then Colorado just took this man off the ballot. Come on. You can't be this dumb. He's not going to win, MAGA. Wake up. Oh, they don't like me because I get out here and I tell the truth. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. We have somebody. Is this a new panelist? Placebo effect. Good morning. How are you?
What's going on, Zeus?
All right, not much. How are you doing?
Man, let me see my volume. I could barely hear you on my end.
All right. Can you hear me?
Okay, I got you.
All
How you
right,
doing this morning?
I'm all right. This is our first time doing business, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Time to ask the questions that matter the most. All right. And you know how this goes.
Well,
First question. Do you think President Biden stole the 2020 election?
Absolutely not.
Next question. In your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
That would be DJT.
Last and final question. Do you think President Biden or Hillary Clinton are guilty of any crimes?
I haven't seen none that they can prove.
All right, let's give it a go. What brings you to the kingdom this bright and early in the morning, my friend?
Yeah, you know, I've been listening to you for quite a while. What brought me here today is I don't understand these MAGA people. Why are they threatening the judges in Colorado? Why, when nothing goes their way, they start threatening people with death threats, threatening people's families, threatening people's livelihoods. They've threatened the country.
Because they're violent individuals, and all they know is how to break the law and commit crimes. To me, it's a demonic force. They're evil. They got a lot of hate in their heart, and for the most part, they suffer from what I call low self-esteem. They're abusive.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think, I'm not going to, you know what, I can't say, it's hard to say all, but I will have to say the majority of MAGA are racist.
Percentage-wise, what would you put the percentage at? If you could just do a rough estimate.
99.9%.
Well, then pretty much all. That's enough to go ahead and get the job done in a lot of different situations, right? If you want to put 99.9, I mean, it's pretty much.
I mean, because it's kind of hard. It's like you say, it's pretty much all of them. But it's kind of hard to put an absolute on anything.
What about these brothers out here that support Donald Trump? The ones that I say are only doing it because I talk to them all the time. They do it to get snow bunnies. What do you got to say about them?
Man, I don't even have the words for them, man. I'm confused totally when it comes to I'm confused when it comes to any woman and any minority that supports Donald Trump. I'm just confused. I don't know what planet they living on, where their mindset is, what they're thinking about. I just can't put my words on it because you've seen, it's like they don't even believe their own eyes. It's like you've seen what their own eyes or their own ears. You've seen what this man done. You've heard what he said, but yet you still want to support all this BS that he's doing. That to me, well, we say it all the time on TikTok, you're voting against your own interests.
Right.
And there's no other words for it, but you're voting against your own interests. That's the only way you can explain it.
Bingo. You spot on. And to me, that's the delusion at its highest level. When you literally vote for your demise.
Right.
It baffles me.
And I know I'll be getting some pretty harsh critics in my comments on my page because I purposely go hard against Trump just to try to shake them loose, shake something out of they. Sometimes you just gotta shake them back into themselves. So,
yeah. They're getting a wake up call, all right. They didn't want it, but they're getting it, right?
Of course, and for them to believe that, a lot of people are silent on this, and just like in 2020, a lot of people were on silent, but they made their voices heard at the poll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just because not everybody is boisterous doesn't mean that you winning.
Bingo. Can you say that again? Because there's these Trump supporters that are bragging about the rally sizes and all the content Trump is putting out compared to Biden. Can you say that again to these losers?
Just because everybody's not boisterous doesn't mean that you're winning.
You hear that? Thank you. Thank you, brother.
That was a drop in a deep well.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Placebo effect. All right, you came in here with the strong truth. All right, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just wanted to check in with you. I appreciate you having me up.
All right, let me go ahead and give you a follow, my brother. All right, that way, and please, as always, continue to come back and share the good news with the folks out here. I really do appreciate it.
No doubt.
All right.
All right, God bless.
God bless you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Placebo a round of applause. No lies detected. It's not a mystery, ladies and gentlemen, that our message is getting across and getting out here to all the wonderful folks out here in the United States that come in and listen to this show every morning. It's no mystery why they come. They come to hear the truth. All right, the truth will set you free. Good morning, Shay, the beautiful Shay.
Hey. Good morning. How are you?
All right. How are you?
Oh, living my best life.
Yeah. Good. You're feeling a little better, I suppose. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can't wait to get through to the surgery, so I'm hanging in till the 26th. So I'm like, until that happens, I'm like, But so, when we were debating the whole Colorado decision, right, there were a lot of MAGA saying that the court shouldn't decide who's on the ballot.
Right.
They're taking away the power of the people. The people should decide.
Oh,
The courts shouldn't be involved.
Yeah.
The court, that's not what the Supreme Court's for. Supreme Court can't do that.
No, they did that.
They can't do it. No courts involved. No.
Right.
People, power to people. So what I wanted to do is to take you back to the year 2000, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
And in the year 2000, there was a little Republican by the name of George Bush Jr.
Oh.
running against the Democrat who was the vice president under Bill Clinton by the name of Al Gore.
I remember this.
It was a hotly contested election, and back in those days, we had these punch card ballots, right?
The hanging chads.
The hanging chads, the pregnant chads.
Oh.
Yes, remember the pregnant chads? That was funny.
Yeah.
So there were these little punch cards, and so what they did is it got down to the good old state of Florida.
I remember.
In the 29 electoral college votes hanging on the edge, right? You know, there's a lot of talk about at the end of an election year, right? And that we always know the results. Why don't we know the night before? We had to know the night of, right? Because they always say that's never been done. I'm like, oh my goodness. And this is why when you say you've only been following, politics this year for the last 8 months, but yet you're going to, talk on it. This is why it's important that those of you that are just waking up to politics, why you're behind in the game, why you don't understand what we've been trying to educate you about, that yes, under the year of COVID and states' rights chose how they were going to count their votes, right? They're going to count their votes, and when they're going to count their absentee ballots, when they're going to count the military votes, the mail-in ballot, when they're going to count all of that, and every state had its own policy.
Right.
We're going to wait for the day of, and then count the mail-ins and absentee and military ballots. Everybody was different, so we weren't going to find out the true due to COVID anyway. But anyway, let's go back to 2000. So they were hand counted, but what they did is that the Republicans took it to the Supreme Court.
Oh.
And the Republicans said, Supreme Court, we need you to decide who won the election, right?
Right.
So we need you to decide. We need you to tell us who's the president of the United States. Now, this is in December, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're talking months later. And in December, the Supreme Court ruled that it was the state's right of Florida to decide the election.
Really?
Yes. And so then it went back to Florida, and they called it for George W. Bush by a narrow margin of 524 votes. That determined the election in 2000.
Wow. Wow.
But you got Orange Cheeto McFuckstick, as Omaha, Nebraska loves to call him. I love that.
I caught that.
Him, excuse me, I know. I'm sorry. I love the way she calls him that. Saying, fraud, it's rigged, this has never happened, don't let the courts decide, it has nothing to do with the Constitution, I don't have to uphold the Constitution, it's not my duty to do that. All of this stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what y'all need to understand. Just because it doesn't work in your favor doesn't mean it's wrong. It's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And then I'm going to show you one more.
Go ahead, Shay.
Oh, goodness gracious. Don't want to see that. Hold on.
This is what we do.
Face off. Yeah. I'm like, let's see.
It's okay. It's okay. Listen, we're getting the truth out.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so this is a tweet by Donald J. Trump screaming for the state of Iowa to remove Ted Cruz because he was claiming election fraud.
Wait a second. He's asking a state to take Ted Cruz off?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm done with this guy.
Yeah. Wow. So you see, even Trump tried to tell a state to remove his opponent off a ballot because he said there was election fraud. Do you see what we're doing? Do you see what we're showing you?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah. What
Do
goes
you
around
get it?
comes
So
around.
when it suited Donald Trump to scream election fraud and tell a state to remove someone off the ballot, then that's, that's what happened. So that's fine with him when that happens. And it's fine when Florida asks the Supreme Court to determine an election, right?
Yeah.
For a Republican. Remind you, that was Bush that won that election,
Tell
right?
him, Shay. Yep.
So this is what you guys have got to get more educated in understanding what's going on with Florida, or what Colorado did. And again, thank you, Diva. I was going to bring that point up. The Democrats had nothing to do with removing him from the ballot. That was the Republicans of Colorado that wanted him removed from the ballot. And I want to tell you, the Americans favor this decision. 54% of Americans favor the decision by Colorado. And you know how many percentages of Republicans favor it?
What's that?
24%.
Woo!
Yeah.
You hear that, Stacey and Janae? So let's stop the games. Grow up and accept defeat.
Absolutely. And so just to understand, now Maine's looking at it. Maine may do the same thing. So,
Yeah.
And miss me with, Biden let 8 million people in so we can take him off the ballot. That's nowhere in the Constitution.
Nowhere.
And it's not like he stood there and said, sure, come on in. It's a ridiculous rhetoric that y'all are saying that he allowed them in when he has gotten Mexico to pay for border security. He's actually building the wall. I mean, he is doing everything he can. It's up to, and that's what Abbott, he's got all the money and the power to secure that border, and he can do what he wants. Newsom's handling San Diego, so stop whining and crying, Abbott, and get it done. Like you're given all the power to get that done, but we just want you to do it. Treat them humanely, and not just throw them on planes and ship them in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, treat them like human beings, for God's sakes. My goodness. Anyway, okay, I'm way past my time, but I wanted to do just a quick political historical lesson for everybody.
All right, thank you, Shay. And you didn't have to, but you revealed your historian side, and I do recognize that and appreciate that. And I hope Click Babe was here and learned something, because he can't pay attention for more than 10 seconds. There's something wrong with his brain, right?
No, Click Babe was sat in the front of the class. The teacher had to have a hold on him at all times.
Yeah.
He was bouncing around, not paying attention, not willing to listen to anything, and those poor teachers with Click Babe. God bless them.
Enough. Right.
Yeah. All right. Love y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. No lies detected. You see, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this show, is entertaining and fun as it is, it's really designed to be informational and educational. So it's always a treat when the panelists are able to actually come in and drop some knowledge like that. All right. Well, we got 2 more, and then we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What a great show. Give yourselves a round of applause. This was a great show. Good morning, Attacking. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm good. Your secret crush is here.
I see that. By the way, go ahead.
That? No, because Janae, she's in love with both you and me.
Yeah, it is. By the way, you know how the Republicans and Trump lovers like to make fake videos about things and lie about facts and so on and so forth?
Absolutely, that's what their job is.
Yeah, and you know what your job is, right?
Right, to tell the truth and shame the devil, or MAGA.
And you know what my job is, right?
I do. I can't even speak on it. It's a dangerous job.
It is a dangerous job.
Yeah.
I owe Snuggles an apology.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, it came to my attention that the reason why Snuggles is jealous of good-looking, dark-skinned men, like with The Rock stealing the eyebrow,
right,
falling in love with you, came across a video where he's talking about, Barack Obama's talking about walking hand in hand with his husband down the street, Michael.
Right.
Came across a video that shows that really the husband that Barack Obama is walking down hand in hand with is Snuggles. His name is Michael.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why he's jealous of Michelle Obama.
Oh, because he wants it to be him.
Yeah, well, see, it was him at one time, and then Barack Obama divorced him.
Oh.
And married Michelle Obama.
Oh.
Right,
Great.
and yeah, that's why he calls her. That's why he calls her a man.
He said he took the video down.
Right. So, oh yeah, right. Sure he did. That's why I got the video up on his site.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Then
Yeah.
I guess there's more to this.
Well, you know what the thing is, he could just come up onto your platform and apologize for making a statement of Michelle Obama as a man. He could do that as a man.
That's always an option for MAGA.
It's always an option.
Yeah. Any Trump supporters want to apologize this morning before we wrap this? You're more than welcome. That's why we engineer the show we do. It's designed to put you on the ropes, knock you down, and then make you tap out.
If you don't lie, you can't
peacefully.
Be called, yeah, if you don't lie, you can't be called a liar. If you don't promote lies videos, then you can't. Don't be crying when you're made a video of. If you call people this, that, and the other thing, don't cry when you're called names too. When you talk behind people's backs, when you say you don't want anybody to talk behind your back, then don't talk behind people's back. So the thing is this: this is all political. It's all political. Nothing personal. If you get butt hurt because you're being talked about, then get off the app. I mean, my God, if you're gonna lie about, it's like Stacy was showing an executive order 13766 saying that was the infrastructure bill that Donald Trump wrote an executive order on. It was a two-page bill just pointing out policies of something. It wasn't even a real executive order, and I put that on my page and I showed the entire thing. So the thing, if you're gonna say something's a bill or an executive order, read the frickin' thing.
Thank you.
Please. Okay? And by the way, this is again political sides. We're not talking personal sides. Anybody who doxes anybody or threatens to hurt anybody or come track him down and punch him in the face, get off the app, because you don't have the mental ability to understand that this is just words. If words hurt you, then shut your mouth and quit talking words. My God, grow a set of balls. Well, grow a set.
Grow a pair.
And quit crying that you're being picked on. You're a fake screen name, like I'm a fake screen name. Okay? You're not attacking me in any way, shape, or form, and nobody's attacking you. Not one person's attacking you unless they dox you and attack your family.
Bingo.
So grow up. And by the way, own up to what you say. You know Michelle's not a man. Michelle Obama's not a man. If you take it off your page, then come up on Zeus and say, apologize for doing it. You thought it was funny. You realize it's not. And get over it. And then move on.
You're keeping the door to the floor attacking.
I owned up to my mistake with that young kid. Remember? The father and son?
Yes, you did.
And what did I do when I went to his broadcast and he said, I'm a special needs person? I said, I didn't know that. And I took my video down that I made fun of him immediately. And then what did his father come up on your broadcast and say? He's not a special needs.
Well, I get that, but the main thing here is be accountable.
Be accountable. But the thing is this, I removed that video immediately. When he said that to me, I didn't him and haw over it. He said, I'm a special needs, and I removed it immediately.
Fair enough.
Janae, I'm not crying. The thing is this. You are a liar. You lie about things. You lie that you don't drink, but yet we're on video saying you're drinking or you're drunk. So make up your mind. You're either a liar or you're not a liar. You're a Christian or you're not a Christian. Because see, Christians that I know don't blatantly lie about a man like Donald Trump. So come on.
Well, listen, attacking. I got to bring up our next and final guest.
Yeah, bring up your next guest. I'm done.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Attacking. Woo! I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, listen, these TikTok streets are murky. They're dangerous. You never know what to expect when you turn the corner. You pull up in somebody else's live, you just might get sprayed. All right, make sure you arm yourself mentally before you go out here and engage in this political discourse that we're having on, and it only should stay on this app. Seriously, if you're going off the app and doing crazy things, you're losing it. That's not the point of this. But we are pushing back against the lies and misinformation on a daily basis. All right. I see you, Janae. You want to talk to Zeus? Oh my God. Good morning, Nutty Professor. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? You feeling better?
Not really. I tested positive for COVID, so.
Wow.
So.
Well, you've been vaccinated though, right?
I have been.
Okay, that's a little more reassuring.
Right.
Wow.
So what I wanted to talk to you all about, it's been a while since I've nuttied up the live, so I would like to ask for personal privilege. I'd like to nutty up the live for right now.
All right, listen, go.
I want to talk about the Insurrection Act.
Okay.
So it was originally enacted in 1792. However, it didn't get signed into law until March 3rd of 1807 by Thomas Jefferson. Okay? And so very simply, that prohibits anyone who swore an oath to support the Constitution and engaged in insurrection against said Constitution from holding office. That's very simple. It's very clear. I say that to say this, is that Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, when he was on the federal bench, in where? Colorado.
Oh.
He excluded a naturalized citizen from running for president because he took the Constitution literally.
Oh.
The Constitution said a natural born citizen. And he then said that this is the state's right to exclude someone from running. The people in Colorado, the Supreme Court in Colorado, they are geniuses.
Yeah.
Because in their order, Zeus,
right,
they spoke about that same judge that is now on the Supreme Court. They referenced that case. They said to the Supreme Court, I dare you to take up this case, because that very judge who excluded this naturalized citizen from running for president because of states' rights is now a Supreme Court justice. And it is the state of Colorado that can decide that, hey, if we don't want Donald Trump on the ballot because we feel, based on what we interpret the United States Constitution stating that he supported and committed insurrection against the United States of America and said Constitution, so therefore we're not going to allow him on our ballot because of the 14th Amendment, Section 3. I dare you to take up the case.
Bingo.
I dare you. So I want to skip and talk about now January 6th.
You swerving all over the map.
I am, because it's very important that we try to get these people to understand what's going on in our nation right now.
All right. The floor is yours.
So they're talking about how Nancy Pelosi canceled the National Guard, right? Which we've said a billion times, if not a trillion, she does not have that authority. She doesn't have the authority to call them up, nor does she have the authority to cancel them. So there's something called the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878.
All right.
Which prevents the president from using the military as a domestic police force. However, Section 253 has two parts to this. The first allows the POTUS to use the military in a state, i.e. DC, National Guard, to suppress any insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy that so hinders the execution of laws. It has been determined by the Supreme Court in an 1827 case of Martin v. Mott that the sole decision of enacting the guard is exclusive to the President of the United States of America.
Amen.
And his decision is conclusive upon all other persons, meaning there's nobody that can overturn his decision when it comes to the deployment
Bingo.
of said guards. I need you all to understand that when Colorado, and I'm going back to Colorado now, I hope y'all following the ship.
Yeah.
When Colorado said no, that Donald Trump cannot be on the primary ballot because we feel, based on our interpretation
Right.
of the law of the Insurrection Act,
Their fact-finding process, right?
absolutely, that he was engaged in insurrection. So therefore, we're excluding him from the ballot. So where we are, and Shay, thank you so much, because you just cut out another 5 minutes of my monologue.
Thank God, Shay.
Thanks. when you brought up the 2000 elections,
Yeah.
which was the first time in American history the Supreme Court got involved in what's called a political question. The Supreme Court is never supposed to be involved in questions of politics because they have to remain apolitical.
Go for it.
Who was the governor in Florida in 2000?
Would it be one of the Bushes?
I believe his name was Jeb. And it was an embarrassment to his older brother, George W., that he promised that he would deliver. Y'all don't believe me, fact check me. He promised that he would deliver the state of Florida for his brother, and he did not do that.
Bingo.
And the fact that the Supreme Court in Florida said we're going to have a recount, the Supreme Court of the United States then got involved and stopped the recount. That is how George W. became president of the United States of America.
Wow. There you go. So it's by their own doings that Donald Trump will not be president, because if they follow the law, he's done. And even if they don't, he's done.
So thank you for letting me nutty up the live, but as a constitutional law professor, I need to bring in the Constitution, because people are just getting on this app and they're saying whatever because of feelings. The Constitution is not a feeling. It is a factual document that's supposed to be a living document of set of laws that we go by in order to have a more perfect union.
Amen. Amen, Nutty.
So with that, Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to our good friend, Nutty Professor. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that concludes this broadcast, and I do hope you all enjoyed the fun, the entertainment, and the information that was shared. All right, I am now landing this plane, and you all deserve a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a second. Hold on. Thank you to all of you who sat through and watched this show, grow and mature and then, land, so to speak. You all deserve a round of applause. All right. Thank you to my moderators. All right. You do an excellent job keeping these TikTok streets clean and safe from the MAGA demons who are completely unhinged. All right. You're doing God's work. All right. You do have my utmost support. All right. And thank you to my subscribers. All right. Listen, I appreciate it. You don't have to do that to be a part of the kingdom, but you do it anyway. You definitely deserve a round of applause. All right, and to the seditionists, treasonous traitors, and my critics and my detractors, ladies and gentlemen, one last time, let's give them what they deserve: the booze and shame. All right, now, before I go, Snuggles, I know you're out there listening wherever you are. All right, you keep up doing what you do, right? Snuggles, ladies and gentlemen, he keeps bragging all over the internet that he's winning. And he's not winning, he's losing. He's right behind Donald Trump. If there was a competition, who's the biggest loser? You would see Donald Trump, and right behind him, holding his hand, would be Snuggles, all right? And Snuggles, I'll see you in the next live, where I know you don't have really anything else to stand on, because I've debunked all of your conspiracy theories. But if I see you over there, Snuggles, I want you to bring all the evidence about 22-380. You know, that's when Donald Trump was supposed to be reinstated. Bring that evidence, Snuggles, because this behavior right here.
Dirty Turkish back flattening button, Philip Bucket button, Percoloma button, double bust, Martin tonight.
That ain't gonna work, chap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care, stay safe.
Of heads in the kingdom.
Keep up the good work out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your worst nightmare, MAGA. Hey, man. Where's Doormat at? Miss Boss Diva. Where's Doormat at? Doormat, I'm busting a run for your behind. Straight back. Don't be playing with my moves. Thunder in the sky like you look like Zeus. Straight back. Hey, hey, Stacy, yo. Great show, Garvey. Yeah. Hey, Joe. Hey, Queen. Hey, straight back. Ducky in the house.
I can't hang around with you.
You fall in love
too quick. You a high risk. Mix all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds.
Oh yeah. And Janae, cut it out. You definitely got jungle fever. I've been at this for a while. I can see it when we communicate. Katie, I love you too.
I tried to be patient, but you had a.
And listen, you brothers out there that are supporting Donald Trump, just keep it A1. Just go out there and you don't need to lean on Trump to get those girls.
That's why they call me.
Use your game.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing.
Hey!
Moving like Zeus. You're thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
I hope you're going live again in April.
Rules, I'm a god.
Right in game recognizes game. You're right in heaven.
You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for
this. Rick, hey,
thank you, play around with love, then you guaranteed to lose.
I didn't make the game of rules,
so don't play me.
Hey, Jimmy.
If you can't swim, don't
Mom said you've been bad and you're grounded, Jimmy. I'm so sorry. Yeah. She said, listen to your big brother Zeus, Jimmy. Zeus is right, you're wrong. You know. Where's Clickbabe? Oh, he dropped out again? He always drops out of class. I don't know why he does that. You know I'm so handsome. That's why they call me Zeus. Mrs. Silk, I say
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
I'll Clickbait with you, and oh, he got clapped. He likes it. He's a glutton for punishment.
Like Zeus, I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus.
I just want to find
right here, Jimmy.
11,780 votes.
Yeah.
Which is one more than we have.
Right? That was the crime. All right, you do the crime, you do the time.
I can dance and box in the jungle like a kangaroo.
Let's go, Reggie! Like this.
He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson.
Trump won't be in office.
Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Right. All right. Have a great one.